Hello, everyone. It's Jennifer, and thank you so much for joining me today. We are finally going to put this earring set together. I've already done one, and we have the components for the second earring, and I love this. I made this using some of the little tiny gold beads or heart beads and one of the silver heart beads and the earring component from the Love Potion #9 Magical Mystery Bead Box from Jesse James Beads. Now, I put this together just for fun, and I actually really loved it. These smaller beads are gold, and everything else is silver. And what we're going to do is I used 24 gauge. This is a craftwire from Softflex Company. You can use 26 gauge. I wouldn't go 22 gauge because I even struggled with the 24, but I want to make a match. So I'm going to bring back out the 24 gauge, but I love it. And then it got a little wonky because I don't know what I was doing, but got a little wonky here. So what we have, oh, and I have an extra bead in here. Okay, so here's the component, the earring blank. And you could do anything with this. It's got a nice tall wall, so you can seed bead around it. You could do whatever you want, but this is what I decided to do with that. Oh, and this is the little piece that I had left over so that I remembered what gauge. I found this, and it is a beautiful large hole bead. I want to think that this is a JJB bead just because it probably came off of maybe a strand or in a bead mix. I just thought of this too. It might be one of remember the dark Academica bead mixes? I wonder if it came from that. Well, I found it and it probably fell long ago, but I've been saving these large hole beads just because that fits silver silk perfectly. Also, if you want to cover up maybe some wire wraps, if you're going to be wire wrapping up some like the fairy silk. And so, but I've been keeping all these large hole beads so that I can use them for silver silk. But I don't know where this came from. So if anybody recognizes that, please tell me. And I think I have another dark Academica because I feel like I have at least one unopened bead mix for all of JJB. All right, so I am going to trim off, let's see here. I'm going to trim off about 10 inches. And I'm using, check these beauties out. These are part of a Bead-A-Lon set. I love these. I had these sent to me by a special friend, your friend and mine, and I haven't used them yet. That cut was the very, very first thing I've done with them, and I'm loving them already. The grip on them is just stunning, and the thing is that I have fairly large hands, and they just fit perfectly. And so the set, it is a set, and it comes in let me grab it. It comes in a fandy dandy little like velvety case that you could put them back in. So if you're going to be going somewhere and you just want to pop them in and you don't want them just free floating around everywhere, you could put them in the case. But it comes with chain nose pliers, which I do use Bead-A-Lon chain nose pliers, a pair of bent nose pliers, some round nose pliers, and cutters. And as you will see on every single one of these tools, you have nylon jaw pliers. I love it. So that was my first use of those tools. So second attempt. So the first one, I went up to the point where I didn't have enough wire. So I'm actually cutting 14 inches, not 10. And yeah, I don't know really what I was doing, but yeah, I don't know. All right, so I need to get at least 3 good wraps. So I'm going to now just wrap around 3 times. And when I was doing this the first time with the sample, I thought, oh man, maybe I used the wrong gauge wire, but I really love the thickness of it. I just love how it, it's just, I don't even know why I'm so used to covering these cutters. You don't have to cover. Kind of cool. All right. And so when I was doing the first one, I was thinking, oh man, maybe this is just a little too thick of a gauge wire, but I don't think so. I really, really dig the, how thick this is. So I really like it. I'm glad I did the 24 gauge. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to pass through the bottom of one of those there and bring it down. And when you do this, so when you do this, the bead heart, it's flat, just like this little blank. The blank has a really nice wide angle on it. And so, or a nice wide, I don't know, wide something. Just the form is wide. So I love it. All right. So we're going to get 1 wrap right there. I'm gonna go around 3 times. I want 3 wraps showing because I really like, again, I really like the thickness of it. And you can push it with your finger or bring in your chain nose pliers. All right, so then let's grab up another one. And again, this is take 2, and it was because it had been so long since I did this one that I kind of forgot how I did it. And when I got down to the point of adding the silver bead down at the bottom, that's where I tripped up. And then I thought, oh, well, I'll just keep going because I want to see if it's still enough wire, and it wasn't enough wire. Sorry if I went off camera. I'm pulling it closer to my head, to my face, but I just love all the wire wraps in between. Okay, let's grab another bead. And as I'm wrapping, I'm not like rubbing my fingers on the wire. I'm just like passing it through and just re-gripping it every time, just because I don't want to warm the wire. Don't need to. And because it is bendy enough, but I don't want it to get brittle. I've had that happen before I knew about not rubbing up against the wire, because I didn't know about warming and all that stuff. And yeah, Jen found out the hard way, and I was like, what just happened? Why did the wire break? And it took quite a while. It was a few different videos that I'd watched, and it was like, oh, I probably did this warming thing a little bit too much. And so, yeah, because it wasn't fun when it snapped, because then I couldn't really, I'm sure there's a way to add wire and it look nice, but I couldn't. It was really early on. And I am so sorry for all my dryness, but I've been working in beads and getting stuff organized and had a lot going on, and just did make up some Mother's Day boxes for my son-in-law's friends at work. Okay, so now that I have that there, I need to bring in this guy, and it looks like I went around the back. So I am going to, so I came across that way, Oh no, I went the opposite way. Oh, so it's going to be opposite. Dadgummit, how did I do that? All right, so let's go like this. I thought I had my wraps the right way. See what happens when you wait a couple of months? Yes, it's been a couple of months. So now all I did, excuse me, all I did was add that bead on there, that silver bead, and then just, let's see, I need to bring it down just a little bit more. So I'm bringing down the bead and then just bending it up. I'll get my fingers out of the way, and then just bending it up. And I can adjust this in the back just by pressing on it, just kind of pulling on it, trying to get it to sit nicely. And I did this with the first one too. I was kind of like, can't get it to work. All right, so now I want to go down. And there might be a better way to do that. This was just my little way, but I just want to make sure that the bead kind of comes down. There we go. And I want to wrap around and get 3 full wraps on there. I'm so sorry if it's covering everything up, but I'll show you up close after I get this 3rd wrap, after it's all secured. Okay, so there's that. I have all these little guys hanging out there. So 5 on one side, and then you come in and I just have this along the back. If it's not tight, all you have to do is just kind of kink your wire a little bit, and there you go. Okay, so now we're gonna start bringing up this other side. And I'm gonna do this just because it just feels more natural for me to do it like this. So I am now coming up that 2nd side, need to get my heart to sit right there. And again, it's so hard to show. I'm so sorry. Let's get this going here. And probably because I'm trying to rush too. You really can't. You really have to take your time and be patient. So there's 1. At least I do. 2. And 3. Okay, and then as I come up here, let's go ahead and get another one on. And so these are probably not going to mirror. I know I was really wanting to have them mirror, and I don't think they're going to mirror. And I think that's okay. Okay, so let's get wrapping once, wrapping twice, and wrapping 3rd time around. So you have full 3 wraps in each one. And again, you can move stuff around after we get the next 2 on. No, we have 3 more to go. And this one's gonna go like that. And so when I look at this, I'm like, ooh, that's a little up higher than this other side. So if I'm going side to side, so you can start kind of squishing things down. So I'm gonna start just bringing stuff down a little bit to try and get that more close to how the other side is. You see how that now that is a little bit more, though this, the heart is kind of sitting a little closer to that bead, but I'm okay. I'm okay with that. These are for me anyways. They are for me, and I cannot wait to wear them. Okay, so I've got that one sitting there. So even look at this, 14 inches still is probably, I mean, it's going to be enough for this. But, and what I liked about having the shorter length, because you saw I didn't end up with very much at the end of my last one. And what I liked was because I didn't have to really fight it, because you can see how things are just kind of tight quarters in here. I didn't have some long wonky strand fighting me the whole time. Okay. All right, so we have 2 more to go. And these are facing downwards. So we'll go like, oh, wait, facing downwards, overthinking it again. We're gonna go in through the top. Okay. And again, it just sits nicely right on top of that blank. I'm gonna start passing it through again. And as you get to the end, you might have to bring in a pair of pliers to get these wraps around. So here we go. I'm going to bring in mine. See how I just tighten that up a little bit? Nice. Okay, let's bring in our last bead. Okay, then I'm just going to start it around real quickly here. Oops, almost lost that. There we go. Again, get that all nice up against the frame there. And then I'm just using my pair of pliers here to do those 3 wraps. 1, 2, I'm going to scooch it down just a little bit so that I'm not on top of my post. Let's squeeze these together. Okay, so now we have 1, and then here's the second. Ooh, so I must have done more like 15 inches. Because look, I am just, wow, this is like no waste. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze this together. Some people might not be a little comfortable with that, but wow, look at my waist. Hardly anything. Oh my goodness, I'm loving it. All right, so now when you look at this, this is all kind of sitting on there. You can start scooching around, and then we need to trim off just that little piece. Let's see how close I can get in here without cutting off the post. All right, so I'm in there. There we go. Okay, now I can tuck that in. It's right there next to the post. Okay, then I can start moving around. Let's move these a little bit off, move those a little off. Oops, 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 oops. You can start moving these things down just a little. You see how I'm just barely moving them to get them sitting a little right. And there's our earrings. They look almost the same, right? So thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm using some 24 gauge craft wire from Softlex Company in the non-tarnish silver plated. I used 15 inches, and you saw I had just a very small sliver that I can't even find here left over. And so you might want to use maybe 16 inches if you're more comfortable with that. And what else? Oh, we were using our new tools from Beadalon and our Jesse James beads. I can't remember the mixes that these were. The gold came in one of the mixes, and then the silver bead came in something else. So, but it is in the Love Potion number 9 Magical Mystery Bead Box. I will have my affiliate link is in the description below. You can use it or not use it. You can go directly to Jesse James Beads by just using jessejamesbeads.com. Or you can use my affiliate link. My affiliate link, you don't pay any more, you don't pay any less. It's just I get a commission, a small commission based on the sales, which helps keep this channel going. All right, if you're not a subscriber to Jesse James Beads yet, please jump on over. Go check out some of my older Magical Mystery Bead unboxings. I'll put a link to the unboxing. I think I did an unboxing for Love Potion number 9. But if that's not there, I will add the link to the live that Stacy Hecht and I did using Love Potion number 9. Please comment. I love to see what everybody has to say. Please give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.